All pump tracks are derived from BMX tracks and are more centered around the idea that people don't need to pedal to make it through the course. BMX tracks, however, require that people need to pedal to make it through the course. A pump track is a continuous circuit of banked turns interspaced by rollers and other features that can be ridden on a bike without pedaling. Most commonly constructed from soil, riders create momentum via up and down movements called pumping. Because the features are all variations of rollable mounts, courses are beginner-friendly, with riders of all ages and skill levels able to safely navigate the course. As riders advance and acquire bike control, they are able to generate and maintain increased momentum, flow through the track at higher speeds, and eventually learn to connect features by utilizing advanced techniques such as manualing and jumping. There are a variety of ways to make pump tracks, but the most common form are on flat ground and made up of either asphalt or dirt. Dirt pump tracks are more closely related to BMX tracks that are made entirely of dirt, or something known as jump trails. Jump trails are technical courses that usually have several individual trails that differentiate the level of trails from beginner to expert. Pump tracks can be ridden by cyclists of all ages and skill levels. You don't need a special kind of bike to ride on this track. BMX bikes, mountain bikes, kids bikes, even those scooter bikes can be used on a pump track. You don't need a huge area to build one of these tracks since they fit just about everywhere. There are also some things that it's not made for. It's not for motorized dirt bikes, ATVs, or even skateboards, since usually there are other places for these activities to be. But this all asks the question of what really are pump tracks, and why are they so similar to BMX tracks that we all know and love? The first pump tracks were inspired by BMX race courses. Being a family sport, BMX tracks are designed to be ridden by riders of all ages. Upon the green light, riders snap out of the gate, pedal furiously down the hill, and negotiate various types of dirt jumps, rollers, and large berm turns on their way to the finish line. The rhythm section is a staple of BMX and generally the most technical section of the track. While still rollable, jumping through this section of track is often more difficult, forcing less skilled riders to slow down or employ different techniques to negotiate the features at race speeds. This portion of the track can be ridden in any number of ways. A mix of riding strategies is often employed. Young children and novices typically roll them, learning to pump in order to gather and maintain momentum before learning and applying more advanced skills. Rumor has it that the first pump tracks appeared in the backside of Australian downhill races in 2002. Unlike BMX tracks, which had a definitive start and finish and required pedaling, the pump track was more inclined with rhythm sections and made into a loop. Instead of pedaling, riders gathered and maintained momentum by pumping. The rollers and other features were spaced in a manner that made pedaling inefficient and forced the riders to create momentum via body movements. Instead of creating a different beginner track, advocate for a simplified BMX track-inspired layout. These layouts generally have a defined start and end, and because the users are all traveling in the same direction, user conflicts and collisions are minimalized. Although the smallest children and beginner-level adults aren't always able to ride the features right away, it can be found that they often rise to the occasion.